our fellow home cooks, and welcome to Solane Kitchen Moments. Dito mas pasasarapin natin ang usapan about food, travel, and life. And for today, we have a very special guest. Siya po ay isang agribusinessman. He's one of the founders of Vinovo, and he's the man behind Bolzico Beef. Please welcome on Solane Kitchen Moments, Mr. Nico Bolzico.
Thank you so much, Susie, for having me.
We are so excited to have you here, Nico.
Thank you so much.
Now, Nico, when we hear about somebody's Argentinian, we always think of somebody who's very passionate. Are you the same way? Is everybody in Argentina passionate?
Actually, when a Filipino think about Argentina, they think corned beef. Yes, we are very passionate. I mean, depends of what, right? We're very passionate about football, we're very passionate about food. Very, very similar to Filipinos. I never came to Asia. I didn't know Asia before the Philippines. So it was one of this part of the world that I really wanted to go.
Because we're so far.
We're so far. I mean, we're the farthest. I mean, Argentina from Asia. It's. I mean, I think if you drill a hole between Argentina straight, I think you end up somewhere in China.
Okay.
But that's what our parents used to tell us. But I need to check. But it won't be too far.
Literally the other side of the globe.
Yes.
Now, when I mentioned Vinovo, what is it?
Yes. So basically, when I came here, when you start building something, you have to have a couple of things. First, have to be profitable because unless you want to put an NGO, you need to be able to make money. Second, have something that you're passionate about, that you like, that you enjoy, because without passion, you're probably gonna fail. And third, should have a bigger vision than just the money, right? You should do it because you want to help people, because it's a need in the country. And that was what agriculture was for me. It was, a passion and something that I love.
How different is it, the agricultural industry, let's say in your country, in Argentina and the Philippines? Is it vastly different?
Yes, so it's different because of the scale, right? So we own, like one person can own many, many hectares of land, right? And also, the Philippines is a tropical country, while Argentina is more on you have the 4 seasons, it's the same as Australia. And then we don't have much rice, right? In Argentina, I think we produce 500,000 tons of rice a year, 1 million tons a year, while the Philippines produce 80 million tons of rice a year. Our first project was to bring machineries for corn back in 2012. So, because we plant a lot of corn, my family also. But I made a mistake of not understanding the country enough and the idiosyncrasy of the country, right? Like when I have 1,000 hectares, I bought machines with my money, but those 1,000 hectares, I never checked. But there were 3 hectares here, 2 hectares here, 5 hectares.
They're
so
not in one place?
Not contiguous.
Oh.
So from 1,000, we were able to plant 32. No 32. Because the machines couldn't go around. So that was my first project in the Philippines, and I basically lost everything. So that was basically the biggest learning point.
Right.
Like first, before you try to implement what is implemented somewhere else in the Philippines, take your time to understand the Philippines.
Now, one of the things that you're famous for also is Bolzico beef. Are all the Bolzico beefs from Argentina?
Yes, so Bolzico Beef is a separate company that we started with Erwan. So it's 50% each of us. And what we're doing is we're importing beef from Argentina, New Zealand, and Australia.
Right.
But with the condition that the beef have to be carbon neutral. Like carbon neutral in the sense that either it doesn't affect the environment with CO2 emissions, or it actually helps the environment. For example, the beef from Argentina, that is 80% of the beef we bring is from Argentina. It's all grass-fed. Basically means that the animals only eat grass. That grass you need to maintain it. Like you need to plant it, right? 1 animal, 1 hectare. That's the ratio.
Crazy.
And it takes 3 years. So livestock in the Philippines, beef is not huge, while poultry and swine it is. And the reason is, of course, you have limitation with land, but not only with land, you also have limitation with weather. When it's too hot or too humid, the animals don't thrive. And then there is the grass is different type of grass. The best farm that we are working with in the Philippines is in Bukidnon, in Malak, Ilao. And they have big pieces of land, and it's very nice. And we are working on trying to achieve that genetic that thrive locally.
Yes.
So at the end, you need the animals to be born inland, so they can adapt already to the environment.
Okay, so today, aside from learning from what you've mentioned to us, what you're very much known for, Bolzico beef. Like I said, a lot of people have tried it and they're very impressed with it because of the taste and everything. So what is a particular dish maybe that you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, so basically, of course, we're gonna do beef.
Yeah.
That's for sure. sure. And then I wanted to keep it simple.
Okay.
I wanted to keep it simple because I have very big limitation when it comes to the kitchen.
Is that right?
Yes, and every time I'm invited to a show, I wear my kitchen pants. So you will see if you invite me again, I will have the same pants because these are my kitchen cooking pants.
Oh my God.
Right? So just letting you know. It's not like I don't change. No. These are my
These are
my
your comfy pants.
Yes.
They give you comfort.
I'm a bit nervous when it comes because I'm not an expert cook. I'm not a chef, right? So, but what I will do today, I will get the beef coming from Argentina, ribeye. It's called triple beef, balsamic Bolzico beef.
Nice.
Yes, or you can call it balsamic Bolzico beef or balsamic beef or.
At least the three we can.
Those are the three. It's triple beef. All the dishes I make, if you invite me in the next show, you will see it's triple beef.
It's always triple
It's always
B.
triple beef.
Okay, let's head to the kitchen and try Nico's triple B dish.
Perfect.
And we're now here in the kitchen with Nico, where he's going to share with us the recipe that inspired him to put up his agribusiness or Vinovo. When you serve this, is this like for date night that you have that and vegetables on the side?
Normally this one, because it's just the beef and you get one of these, what you do is you cook it, you put it there, you let it rest, you cut it a little bit and you serve it as pica pica.
Wow.
There is no side dish here. This is the starter.
The appetizer is
The
already
appetizer.
beef.
Yes,
Let's
yes,
go.
yes. Okay, I will put a little bit. There we go. This is the
Do you
olive
have a
oil.
preferred oil?
I mean, I don't have a prefer, but some people said that if you use like canola oil, have less taste.
Okay.
Right? Because what we're doing now, we're using a vegetable oil to cook animal protein.
Okay.
So sometimes the taste can be affected, but very little. I mean, you won't
notice.
feel it.
You really won't notice.
What other people does, okay, you want to cook animal proteins with animal proteins, you use butter.
Okay. Noted.
So another thing, in the pan, normally what we recommend is to put one. Because if you put both together, the steam of each other kind of like boil it.
Right. Instead of searing or frying it. Okay.
You just go with one. This is gonna be noisy, you will see.
Oh. And also because there's liquid from the balsamic.
For the balsamic. And the balsamic, you can put it in the fridge and use it again. It's not wasted. Because it's mahal, right? So now, that is the first impact of the beef. I'm gonna put it a bit higher. The heat already penetrates the beef.
Right.
So you can afford to put it higher a little.
Okay. And you've managed to put the beef inside the pan without creating so much splash. So is this the ideal pan for you, like a non-stick pan?
Normally, if you ask people who cook beef in the pan, they will say like, don't use the non-stick pan. Because you don't get that crust that you like, right?
Yes.
I mean, the taste will be fine and you will see this is gonna turn out great. Ideally, you use the iron cast, the one that are heavier.
The cast iron pan, yes. That gets really hot.
Super hot.
Super hot.
Super hot. Okay, I'm gonna turn it around. Okay, I burned it a little bit, but it's fine, don't worry. That burn that you see there, it's not burned, that's the olive oil.
And this is
The
balsamic.
You will taste it.
It's caramelized.
Yes.
And then, of course, when you let the beef rest later on, it'll cook a little bit more, right?
Yes. So basically, if you cut it straight, you will see it's gonna be like a lot of liquid coming out.
Yes.
So when you cut it, it's still juice inside instead of the juice going.
But it won't. Yeah, it won't scatter.
Correct.
So why did this dish inspire you with your agribusiness? Why is this the one that you chose to share with us today?
I mean, for the agribusiness is the beef, right? So my family business is beef. So any dish related to beef, it's for me, it's a combination between my business here, my family in Argentina, like where I grew up.
Right.
But I wanted to do this one because it's the one that I, kind of combine Argentina and the Philippines. That's
adobo style.
Correct.
Steak adobo style. So if you serve this as an appetizer in Argentina, then you serve steak again for the main course.
So in Argentina, we eat steak twice a day. I grew up eating steak for lunch and dinner.
Wow.
And my mom believes till today, she's 80 years old,
wow,
that if I don't eat steak, I won't have enough protein to live.
Oh my, to live, huh? Not even
To
to
live,
work out,
to
to
live.
live.
To live. I'm gonna let it rest a bit.
Right.
Don't let yourself fool by the black part. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it in the middle first to see how it is. And then we will show.
Oh, that looks perfect.
This is medium rare.
Right.
What do you ask for?
Medium rare.
Okay, perfect. Then it's perfect. Then it's perfect. I will cut it the way we do it like this. So what you do is you cut it like that, so you have both pieces. You have, the ribeye have two parts. This part, that is a cube roll, and the outside. So you will see you have two different experiences with that. The texture is completely different.
You don't serve it with anything else.
You put the salt next to it, so
Salt.
salt and pepper, so people can choose
If
how much
they
put.
want.
Yeah, but if you're okay, I'm gonna already put the salt and pepper before
Sure.
we try it. Look at that beautiful.
How lovely.
This is grass-fed organic beef, so the fat is good also to eat. It's healthy
right.
fat.
Right,
Let me
right.
try first so I can.
With your approval.
We're good.
Okay, we're good. But unfortunately, I can't try this just yet.
Okay.
Because this is the part of the program where we ask you, to bring a prized possession of yours, something that might have inspired you to start your agribusiness here in the Philippines.
I brought that.
There you go.
So basically, this is me playing polo. You know where? In Pulilan.
In Pulilan,
In
Bulacan.
Pulilan, Bulacan.
Oh, wow.
There is a farm there. And at
Okay.
home, we grew up with horses. So
Right,
horses is
right.
for me the most majestic animal
Mhm.
that you can ever see, and the most. I mean, horses and dogs, right?
Yeah,
But horses in different story.
Yes.
I rode a horse before I rode a bike.
Wow.
So every time I ride a horse, it's like really reconnect with my roots.
And it must be a very important time of your life because you had this picture, you had it framed. So it's a part of your life that's very important to you. So thank you for
100%.
sharing this with
No
me.
problem.
And now, it's my connection to Argentina as I try to
Okay, I will let you put salt and pepper
Oh.
at how you like it.
I'm excited.
Go.
Mm.
You taste the balsamic.
Mm-hmm. It's faint, but more than anything, I think it's the texture of the beef
Yes.
and the flavor inside that I'm really digging a lot. It's premium, just like with a lot of things when it comes to cooking. Even if it's a simple dish, as long as the ingredients are top-notch. You need very little added ingredients for it.
For me, the ingredients is everything.
Alright, if you guys want to try this recipe at home, screen grab nyo lang po ating recipe page para masubukan nyo po ang ating Bolzico Balsamic Beef sa inyong mga tahanan. Thank you once again, Nico.
Thank you so
Enjoy.
much. Yep, sorry.
Enjoy your
I think I have lunch yet.
Enjoy. And of course, thank you so much for catching our episode kung saan mas sumasarap ang kwentuhan with every dish na pinagsasaluhan. Ito po ang Solane Kitchen Moments. Please do like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you guys again in our next episode. Bye!
Bye-bye.